That was a knockdown, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it because it can give me an incentive, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Flynn is that it wasn't a knockdown. I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown.
I'm not going to say honest because I don't know if honesty had something to do with it. I don't know. But definitely we need better refs that assure themselves, knowing how to make a decision, know they're making the right decision.
Interview. Newly leaked footage has reportedly confirmed that Gervonta "Tank" Davis cheated during his fight against Lamont Roach on March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The bout, in which Davis defended his WBA lightweight title, has since left the boxing world buzzing with controversy. A pivotal moment in the 9th round became the center of intense debate when Davis suddenly took a knee after a seemingly light jab from Roach grazed his face, a move that, under standard boxing rules, should have been ruled a knockdown and warranted a full count. However, the referee chose to let the fight continue without intervention, leaving the judges' scores razor-thin and ultimately resulting in a majority draw.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. He take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put it a towel in the face. That's disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
In the days following the fight, questions have continued to swirl, not only about the referee's controversial decision, but also about Davis's actions during that critical moment. Now, newly leaked footage is adding fuel to the fire, sparking even more explosive claims that Davis may have deliberately manipulated the events in the ring to gain an unfair advantage.
Well, and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
It just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're gonna do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
Newly surfaced footage, allegedly captured from an undisclosed source within the broadcast team, reveals crucial moments of the controversial 9th round from an angle not previously seen by the public. Observers have pointed out several unusual elements in Davis's behavior during this sequence. The footage appears to show Davis pausing immediately after the jab, almost as if he had pre-planned the maneuver rather than reacting instinctively to the light contact. His body language and the precise timing of his knee drops seem rehearsed. Additionally, in the same clip, a brief shot captures a member of Davis's corner moving unusually close, as if ready to intervene, a move that, while not uncommon between rounds for adjusting gear or wiping sweat, seems suspicious given the moment. The proximity and timing of this action have raised further eyebrows. Some analysts argue that Davis's sudden collapse to one knee, followed by a swift retreat toward his corner, resembles a tactic to buy time or disrupt Roach's momentum, rather than the natural reaction of a genuinely hurt fighter. These visual cues have led many fans and pundits to suggest that what initially appeared to be an unfortunate mishap, possibly caused by sweat or grease in the eyes, may have been a calculated act to nullify Roach's advantage. In response to the growing storm of allegations, Davis and his team have been quick to deny any wrongdoing. Through social media statements and press interviews, Davis maintained that his actions were fully within the rules, claiming his knee drop was caused by a momentary lapse in vision due to grease from his freshly done hair, an explanation that was already met with skepticism by many fans on the night of the fight. Davis's camp also emphasized that leaked footage taken out of context can be misleading, arguing that the full story of the fight is far more complex than a few seconds of video can show. Adding another layer to the controversy, referee Steve Willis has faced widespread criticism for his decision not to count the knee as a knockdown. While Davis's team insists Willis made a fair judgment under unusual circumstances, critics argue that the referee's inaction, combined with what appears to be a calculated move by Davis, has fueled a narrative of possible collusion.
Knowing how to make a decision, know they're making the right decision, emboldened to make that decision. I think that I don't know that he would have let Roach get away with that. He let Tank Davis get away with. Why? Tank Davis is a star. I think he set a record for the most fans ever in Barclays Stadium. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance and maybe a gate record. They've done concerts there. They've done fights there, basketball games there.
I think you're right. It was the record for the gate for a fight for sure. I think the Rolling Stones might be the only one that beat them at the Barclays. But either way, they did huge numbers.
Interview. The lack of an immediate official review, compounded by reported technical issues with the instant replay system during the fight, has only deepened suspicion surrounding the controversial moment. If the leaked footage is ultimately proven to show deliberate cheating, the fallout could be significant. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, whose record has remained nearly untarnished until now, could face not only a damaged reputation, but also possible sanctions from boxing authorities. Already, discussions are circulating about whether the WBA or the New York State Athletic Commission might reopen an investigation into the fight's events. Beyond Davis's personal career, the incident casts a harsh spotlight on the current state of professional boxing, a sport where split-second decisions, ambiguous calls, and the ever-present potential for misconduct can quickly turn competition into controversy. Should regulators uncover evidence of intentional rule-breaking, it could spark demands for stricter oversight and the development of more robust review systems to protect the integrity of the sport.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reality is can the state call for an immediate rematch? I don't believe they can, the commission. It's really up to the governing body. I mean, the commission can overturn a decision or rule on a decision, but can they order a rematch? That really has to come from the governing body, the WBA, to say, if you want to remain lightweight world champion. But everything I'm hearing is the rematch is going to happen anyway. I think it's pretty much done.
Talk to us about the star power in this May 2nd card.
Yeah, I mean, you got three of the hottest young fighters in terms of that social media presence.
This latest controversy has sparked a heated debate among fans and experts about the urgent need for greater transparency in boxing. While leaked footage like this, though possibly taken out of context, highlights serious flaws in current review processes, it also emphasizes the lack of mechanisms to properly address such incidents in real time. As a result, boxing commissions may now face growing pressure to adopt new technologies and stricter protocols to ensure that every controversial moment is subject to immediate, objective review. Many fans have already taken to social media, demanding that governing bodies release the full fight footage and provide a detailed explanation of the referee's decisions. Although the leaked clip has undoubtedly added fuel to an already raging fire, it's important to recognize that allegations alone do not amount to definitive proof. The images and angles captured in the video raise valid and troubling questions, but they represent only a small fragment of everything that transpired that night.
I've heard some people saying, that he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation for me. There was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset of maybe where he was.
Boxing remains a sport steeped in nuance, where tactics that blur the line between clever strategy and outright cheating are not uncommon. As the investigation into Gervonta "Tank" Davis's controversial moment unfolds and more context emerges, both fans and officials will be searching for clear evidence to either substantiate or refute the claims against him. For now, The debate rages on. Davis stands accused by some of exploiting a loophole in the rules, while his camp vehemently denies any wrongdoing. Regardless of the outcome, the incident has left an undeniable mark on his career, serving as a stark reminder that in the high-stakes world of boxing, every move, even one lasting mere seconds, can have monumental consequences. The razor-thin margins on the judges' scorecards, 114 to 114, 115 to 113, reflected the fierce nature of the battle as Davis narrowly defended his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach. However, one moment has overshadowed the fight itself, igniting heated debate across the boxing world. Early in the 9th round, as Roach pressed forward with an aggressive 1-2 combination followed by a sharp right hook, Davis paused, turned to referee Steve Willis, and voluntarily took a knee. Instead of a standard knockdown ruling, Davis quickly sprang up and darted toward the ropes, seemingly searching for a towel to wipe his face, an unusual sequence that has left fans and analysts alike questioning what truly happened inside the ring.
He's got a big fan base. He brings good pay-per-view numbers. I don't know what the numbers are in this, but he's one of the guys that bring good pay-per-view numbers. I think all of that, he brings that with him. When a referee allows him to take a knee, which is not a rule in boxing, and get away with it, and not make it a 10-8 round. That should have been a 10-8 round. He got hit with a jab just before that. I'm not trying to go after Tank Davis. People already know. Some people say I defend him too much, that I'm saying how great he is. And he is. He's a tremendous, complete fighter. Puncher, fighter, inside, outside. He's patient. He's responsible defensively.
That alone warrants a call. In boxing, once a round begins, there are no timeouts and no breaks to regroup. Yet Gervonta Davis not only took a knee but also effectively triggered an unofficial timeout. Two clear violations that should have resulted in either a knockdown ruling or even disqualification. And if you're wondering whether referee Steve Willis counted, he did. But as he reached 3, instead of ending the fight or enforcing a proper knockdown, he inexplicably allowed Davis to rise and continue as if nothing had happened. The fight ultimately ended with one judge giving Davis a narrow lead, while the other two scored it a draw. Although Davis attempted to brush it off, citing grease dripping into his eyes from sweat and suggesting a rematch in New York, many remain unconvinced. As I stated last Sunday in Ring Magazine, based on more than 30 years of experience, taking a knee without a punch should always be ruled a knockdown, a pivotal moment that directly impacted the fight's outcome. Because the referee failed to call it, Lamont Roach Jr. missed what could have been a unanimous decision victory by a slim margin, a fact that has continued to weigh heavily on the WBA's super featherweight champion. At 29, Roach simply couldn't accept the decision as fair and, refusing to let it slide, he and his team have formally enlisted an attorney to request an investigation by the New York State Athletic Commission. Meanwhile, Roach has publicly criticized Davis for the knee incident, stating, "I'm happy with my performance for sure. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won a competitive fight, but I did what I needed to do to bank the rounds," he told Boxing News. Roach added, "Even without the knee, which should have been a knockdown, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win, but that's just how the cookie crumbles." Recalling the moment, Roach explained, "There was an exchange where he threw a left hand, hit me a little, but I rolled it and came back with a right hand, landed a jab, and then he took a knee. So even if he had to wipe his eye, whatever the case, that's a rookie mistake. Don't do that. That's a knockdown." The controversy has even spilled onto social media, with a back and forth between Roach and Davis. Davis took to X, formerly Twitter, to address the draw, admitting in a now-deleted post, "They took the fight from me and made it a draw because I did that knee." He added, "But I landed the most punches in the fight. He didn't even hit me with a punch when I took the knee." Asterisk, however, Davis, known for his low punch volume, ranking second lowest among active fighters, behind only Zhilei Zhang, was quickly called out. A community note flagged Davis's tweet as misleading, pointing out that CompuBox data showed he actually landed fewer punches round by round. Roach responded to the correction, saying, asterisk, "That community note is crazy. That's smooth." Asterisk, despite Davis's attempts to explain away the knee incident, claiming, "I get it though, I shouldn't have done that, but that hair grease was burning my eyes." The controversy continues to shadow him. Just last year, Davis had dismantled Frank Martin and stood atop the division with an air of invincibility, widely seen as untouchable. But that perception crumbled when Lamont Roach Jr., seen as a massive underdog, stepped into the ring and delivered a career-defining performance. From the opening bell, Roach defied all odds, standing toe-to-toe with the unbeaten Baltimore star, landing punishing shots and shaking him multiple times. And though the judges ruled it a majority draw, many believe Roach had done more than enough to secure a victory, a belief that has only intensified with the fallout from Davis's controversial knee.